On to the bottom of the 6th. Ozuna will lead it off. It was a strike. Here is what happened at the end of that top of the inning. There was obviously some anger coming from the bench, and somebody got tossed. You think it was Brant Brown?
Brant Brown, their hitting coach. Yeah, he stands next to Skip Schumacher, and he was all over him. And Skip actually, I think, walked away to get water, and when he came back, because I was watching it from up here, and then Skip gave Allen a little piece of his mind, but stayed in the game.
Well, here's what I'll say, and I feel like we say this a lot. Clearly, there's 2 pitches there that could have been a ball, right? But he has been pretty consistent with calling that corner.
Yeah, 3-2. Look, 3-2 is pretty darn close. The 2-0 is the one I think if I'm hitting, I'm frustrated with.
He's just not getting a good read off of Montgomery. Montgomery, the left-handed pitcher, as soon as he lifts that leg, Cabrera's starting to go back. And his first move.
Well, here comes Aaron Boone. He's arguing about that 3-1 pitch to LeMahieu, I'm sure. Well, he's probably been tossed already because you can't argue balls and strikes. So he's getting his money's worth with Merzel.
And now Andy Fletcher and Mike Napoli getting into it.
Mike Knapp's been ejected.
Yeah, he has. What was that about?
Well, Napoli was probably trying to protect Nico because Nico was yelling at Backus.
Fireworks on the 4th of July.
Yeah, no doubt.
It just hasn't been a very clean 4 innings. See Nico yelling at him. Nico's trying to get in between, and he went to talk to Nico. Napoli did the right thing. Just telling him, get back, get back. He kept that player in because Nap knows that Nico's
you touch me, did you touch me is what Andy, that's just silly.
Silly. I always think the umpire maybe touched me. He got too close to me.
Right. Craig Driver is going to end up coaching it first.
Rossi just got it.
And Rossi was just ejected by Eric Backus.
This is the running eye. You can see it in the body language in the face of Backus. He's heard a lot today from both sides.
I was never able to stay that calm. Rossi a lot of credit.
In these conversations, can I ask you this?
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever get you're right?
No. No, no, no. And there's been some of those arguments that I'm actually hoping that another manager gets tossed. So I'm not the last guy, because sometimes I was embarrassed by some of the things that I did. And you're hoping that someone else kind of takes over for you.
Get their breather at the plate.
Wow, called strike 3, and that might do it for Segura tonight. Yes, I think he just got run. He thought that ball was way outside and drew a line in the dirt, and that is a pretty automatic exit.
He was right, and it's been an inconsistent night, I would say, for the veteran Jeff Nelson behind the plate. He's missed calls on both sides.
Right there and right there.
Yeah, see, sometimes you don't have to say anything.
Ball 2 to Bogarts. Phil Nevin really hollering as he comes out of the dugout, or at least toward the top step of the dugout. Hollering at Jerry Lane. He either can't hear him or is acting like he can't. Bogarts fouls one off. Now Jerry Lane has ejected Phil Nevin, who seemed to be waiting for that, waiting for Jerry Lane to turn around so he could go out and get in his face. Phil Nevin wants to make sure that Jerry Lane has heard it all. Jerry Lane is one of the older umpires. A lot of them retired after last season. They didn't take Jerry with him. Well, Ray Montgomery is taking Phil Nevin with him as Phil has been kicked out of this game.
And that's a perfect pitch to Machado. That one definitely was out of the zone, but the pitch before, the strikeout should have been against Machado, changed the whole inning around.
And Cowser gets hit. See, now you worry about the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th, because whether you're doing it on purpose or not, nobody wants to get hit. And now the umpires are going to talk about it. I mean, are they going to throw out Peralta here?
I mean, if you know Peralta, I mean, this is far from being intentional. It's 14-0, but you're right, Michael. You're frustrated if you're the Orioles. They are warning both sides.
And now Hyde's going, why are we getting warned? What do we do? He says if you're going to warn us, then throw him out. Now he just threw out Hyde. Yeah, that's a pretty good point. If you think he did on purpose, why wouldn't you throw him out? Why issue a warning?
Right. And that's what I think Hyde's question was. He comes out here, you know, if you've got an issue, you throw him out of the game. But, you know, this is just one of those games that you're beyond throwing at people. You're trying to finish this game out and move on.
So Hyde's team is winning 14-0. It's tossed.
It's the same pitch. It's a two-seamer, and it runs in on lefties.
He struck out twice against Blanco. Cornell ended up with a career-high 9 strikeouts tonight. Also matched his career high with 99 pitches.
Got him.
Somebody got tossed. Scott Service, with his team leading 4-0, is going to come out and talk to Nestor Ceja. Not sure if it was Service or one of the coaches or a player.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was either. He just kind of pointed towards the dugout and fired him out. Mike Ford was in the vicinity, but I'm not sure if he's the one. He's taking his cap and going home.
His night as the DH is over after he gets ejected by Ceja. And the count's 0-1 on Caballero.
And he's got back-to-back strikeouts.
And Jack's saying that's down. We saw him get upset last night. This particular pitch.
Careful.
Is
Somebody
in the
got
zone.
tossed. That's Andy Haynes, hitting coach. And he's going to get his money's worth now. One of his players he's protecting.
The hitting coach has been ejected.
When the Royals rallied to tie it and won in an extra inning. The 2-2. Oh, yeah. And Prado hopping mad. He is barking at home plate umpire Brennan Miller.
I don't think he's been happy all night long.
He has just been ejected from the game.
He knew it.
Prado will watch the rest of this one from the clubhouse.
You know, you could tell he was a little upset a couple times tonight on the calls on balls and strikes. But this time it's the third time he's gone down, and all 3 of them have been called. And he's going to have to take an early exit. Let's see the pitch first and see what we think. Well, he's upset, and he has a right to be. That ball was a little off the dish. He was going to give him a little leeway, though.
All 3 strikeouts for Prado called.
Follow the script authored by Jordan Montgomery. He struck this man out twice. This one chopped toward third. Nolan charges, tricky hop, second base, and dropped. And they're going to say he's out. On the transfer, the Cardinals might have just gotten a big break. Anderson called out. He's going to stand at second. Let's see if the White Sox review it.
Yeah, they're already saying they want to look at this thing, and it did appear right away that it did not look like it was on the transfer.
And Doug Eddings is in the dugout, and they've just thrown somebody from the White Sox bench out of the game. Eddings was walking over, and somebody was saying, hey, that's a bad call. And Eddings went looking for that man that was shouting at him, threw him out. And that's the second time that's happened in this game. Doug's had his nose in both dugouts here in game one.
The out call at second base.
And that hit him right in the pocket, but I don't know if the hand got in there to try to transfer.
He was out there with new cage out there practicing for the home run derby. Coaching staff, trainers all out there making sure.
Gets beat by 97. Kyle Finnegan up and in. And Adolis Garcia has just been thrown out of this game.
Yeah, he did not like strike one.
Garcia turned around right after the strikeout, had a word with Gabe Morales, who had a bit of a quick trigger here.
Gabe have a smile on his face?
It looked like he did.
Did he say something funny?
And that's going to be a balk.
Second one today called against the Brewers.
So Uribe with the balk, Friel goes to second base.
Just didn't stop, right? That's what the call was. Got to come set. Jonathan Payne's called 2 balks, one on Peguero, and now one on Uribe.
Council's upset, and Tom Payne just throws him out. And now Council's going to get his money's worth. Council is walking back to the dugout.
I mean, what is going on? I mean, honestly, are you not allowed to say anything to these guys anymore? I don't know what was the problem there. He stopped.
Very nitpicky, if anything.
That's just a terrible call.
By the way, Brian Anderson just got thrown out as well.
I'm glad I got you. You can't even get through the defense. Game already, Michael.
Wow.
We got a lot of excitement here in the first inning.
David Ross can't get to the first inning. Alex McKay had heard enough. You got one game before the break. You're that bad already? Wow.
That's one of the best lines I've ever heard.
Wow. That wasn't a strike. He's arguing for no reason.
What's early All-Star break?
Don't worry, Alex. That was a good call.
You know, it's funny. I went down in the locker room just to say hello to David Ross. I hadn't talked to him this series. To say I thought he was in a good mood. He didn't make it through the first inning.
2-1.
And it's called strike 3, and France is livid. And hopefully an umpire letting him know he just got a fine, and now he just got thrown out. And France is now figuring it out. Matty Acta's getting in between. Now France was not happy with the last at-bat the way that it ended, and this one was even worse.
Yeah, you see it mounting up. A couple fastballs he missed in off the plate. This one well inside as well. See on the EQC tracer. Just too many words these last couple at bats. We're getting another look at it here on the EQC tracer. Well inside, not even tipping any of that white border on that strike zone.
France is done, and so is the fifth. Mariners do get 2 to make it a 1-run game.
Plus defender in the outfield.
Yeah, talking Gold Glove potential.
And he will take strike 3. Now Joey Gallo, who's been on the bench the entire night, has a few words for the plate umpire Nick Lentz. Thought he had ball 4, and now he's been thrown out. Somebody has. Nick Lentz having an active night of conversation with the Twins.
Well, and Vinny, I don't know that it was Joey Gallo. I think it very well may have been the hitting coach.
Third strikeout for Urseg.
Joey Gallo not happy with this low painted changeup from Urseg. You see it clearly catching the bottom of the zone there.
Violation charge to Odor. 0-2. And Melvin comes out. And the third base umpire, Ravensbarger, is trying to get the umpires together.
Donnie, I'll be honest with you. I was not looking at the clock. Let's take a look here. 11, 10, 9.
He is not ready at 8 seconds. That is a violation right there.
Yeah.
Apparently the pitcher wasn't ready either, which is the conversation. And they are going to give him a second strike. They're sticking with that call. You can tell.
Yeah, Bob's going to give it to him right here, and rightfully so. Rightfully so.
And he's been ejected.
Clearly, either player, pitcher, watch the clock. 11-10. Odor not ready. Neither is the pitcher. 8. He's not ready. He is not ready.
Melvin has been ejected. It'll be a second strike on Odor.
We discussed last night, and there's strike 3. Right on the corner, steers rung up. 4th K for Hauser. And David Bell is coming out, and he's gone. Just got ejected by the home plate umpire, Edwin Jimenez. That's a good pitch from Adrian Hauser. There have been worse pitches called already in this game.
On both sides, too. I'm not sure why he's complaining. If I'm Ben Lively in the dugout right now, I'm like, listen, I got a lead and I got a huge zone, man. So let's see how this plays out. It's amazing you can't argue either, but you have iPads that share everything.
David Bell just started drawing on the plate, and that's going to get Brian O'Nora, the crew chief, in to intervene. And they keep trying to separate David Bell and Edwin Jimenez. Not going so well.
Just outstanding placement. 9 strikeouts now for Pivetta. Now Marcotte is out and has a question about Ryan Noda's at bat.
Well, there may have been something said that may have resulted in Ryan Noda's ejection. You could see him. Oh yeah. So he draws the line, or what is perceived to be a drawn line from Emil Jimenez right there, and Emil says, "Sorry, pal."
Hits to left field. He goes that way sometimes. He takes strike 3 call. He slams his bat. He's thrown out of this game. Close pitch right on the edge. And Theis frustrated as he goes down on strikes to end regulation.
Was it out there to the left-handed batters? Good third weapon for him.
And that's high, ball 4. So now a base runner, and you got to go back to the top of the order, and Pete Walker's on his way to the mound.
Pete might stay out there long enough talking to Alec to have Malachi Moore come to the plate or come to the mound to tell him break up the party. Let's see how long Pete stays out there. Here comes Malachi. Pete might have some words for other people aside from Alek Manoah right here. Seen this movie many times.
Well, and somebody just got tossed. Somebody in the dugout, or was it Pete?
You knew this was coming.
It was Pete. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Pete went out there with a message, and I'm sure Pete was pretty sure he wasn't coming back without getting tossed.
I knew this wasn't going to end well.
Yeah.
When you're a pitching coach, you take a lot of pride in that pupil you have out on the mound and the work that he's trying to accomplish, especially where Alec has come from. And Pete had about had enough. And I don't doubt that Pete continued to look at Alec while he was talking.
Yeah.
But Mr. Moore's name was mentioned.
Yeah. So Pete's going to watch the rest of the game from the clubhouse. I don't know if Jeff Ware will come in from the bullpen, I would imagine, and assume the pitching coach duties in the dugout. That's just the third ejection of the season for the Blue Jays. Schneider once, Brandon Bell once.
He's listening right there.
Right, and so he was saying something about or two more without even looking at him, which is why I was wondering if it was somebody in the dugout.
So the question I have, Dan, is as an umpire, why are you walking out to the mound and standing and listening to a conversation?
Error.
Creeping in on the infield. That one squirts away from Alfaro. Here comes Kemp. He tries to elude Alfaro. Jumping tag. He missed. Oh, he got him. Kemp reached above him, touched home plate. And Mark Kotze is probably going to ask for a replay. Or is he saying he's out of the baseline?
Yes, that's what Adam Hammery has decided, is that Tony Kemp is out of the baseline, and they're going to talk about it. He makes a decision very quickly to come down the line, and as Alfaro starts to creep in, you can see Tony maybe a foot or so on the infield grass. From there, leaves his feet, gets to home plate. You've got 3 feet from the time the attempt of the tag is started. So from the time that Alfaro has the ball and starts his pursuit towards Tony Kemp, you've got 3 feet, if you're Tony Kemp, to work laterally as he did, elevate like he did, and touch home plate safely. Mark Kotze here in the first inning is going to take in the last 8.5 or so from the clubhouse.
Burleson, roller up the middle, fielded by Horner to the back for one. Got him for the double play. Burleson fired up with a strike 2 call, and he has been thrown out of the game. In a bases loaded situation where the Cardinals cannot capitalize. Still 4-3.
A right guy, right spot, as you mentioned. Cardinals 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position in this ball game. Gets a call under the zone there with the slider. Didn't like it at all.
Cardinals bench is livid.
Ron Kolpa in on this. That should really help.
He got his money's worth, and I promise you that has as much to do with the 8th inning yesterday as the first pitch strike to Arenado here.
Hey, got him. Blows a slider past him. All right, back to when we were going to break. Mike Ford checked his swing. He had the beef with the home plate umpire, and it's actually the third base umpire that will throw out Mike Ford. I mean, he's walking away. Yeah, seems a little frustrating right there. It looks like he was just trying to say to the home plate umpire, hey, you should appeal that. Yes. And I don't know if third base umpire thought that he was talking to him. Hard to know. Well, Scott Service had a long conversation with Vic Carapazza, the crew chief and third base umpire, during the commercial break. Watch out, right back up the middle. Oh, what a play! J.P. Crawford waving that magic wand behind center.
Lawrence yesterday, a walk in 1 inning of work, picked up his 7th save. All of those saves have come since June 2nd. Called strike 3, and Yuli Gurriel has just been tossed. And Skip wants an explanation.
Skip wanted to know what he said, and I think he got his answer and turned the rider right back around. It's a really good pitch by Lawrence. That sinker right on the outside corner, but the way that he throws it as well from that low three-quarter slot is able to bring it back.
And a call, strike 3 at the knees. Trey did not think so. He's down looking. Phillies do tie it up, but a sac fly.
Go get him, Dusty.
Yes.
Go get him, Dusty.
We'll go to the 6th. It's a 1-1 game. As we were going to break, you saw the discussion, and then eventually he throws him out, and Trey's like, what are you talking about? I threw my bat and my helmet to the bat boy.
Yeah, you see right there, he said, I just threw my you-know-what to the bat boy.
Ooh, 98. Hello. Hello. Johnson Payne going to escort Perdomo back toward the mound, and Machado slowly with bat in hand walking toward first. Perdomo staring him down
for sure.
We never know about history. These players,
there's no doubt
past,
about it.
You have to assume something over the years along the way. Perdomo, not that he's been in the big leagues all that long.
There was no doubt about that. That ball came out hot. That's 98 miles per hour. That might have been the hardest fastball I've seen Perdomo throw.
Do we warn both benches? This is the conference that they go. They're going to warn both benches here, the crew chief, and they're going to throw him out of the game. You can do that. You can do that, and they've done that. They just tossed Perdomo. He's been tossed after the conference. If you think that and now Shelton's gone. You don't have to warn benches. If they believe that the pitcher is intentionally throwing at the batter, you can throw him out. No questions asked.
Hits are now even at 5 apiece. The Blue Jays up 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. And who just got thrown out? John Schneider just got thrown out, it looks like.
Or
is he pointing behind him and trying to figure out who was doing the talking?
Yeah, and that's a pretty short fuse for me right there. And the home plate umpire threw somebody out, and I don't know who it is, Ben May. I mean, there wasn't much chirping from our perspective, but John Snyder's going to go back to the dugout, and looked like somebody other than Snyder has been thrown out. I'm not sure who. And John's still in the dugout. But this pitch was high, and quite a bit high, and Baron DeBelt was surprised it was called a strike. And the home plate umpire quickly heard something from the dugout, and then he turns and throws somebody out. We still don't know who it is.
Well, Arden Zwelling is down in the camera well. He's got a better view of it than we do, and he just texted me that it's Don Mattingly. It looks like the bench coach, Donnie Baseball, is done for the afternoon.
Garcia goes over it. Now bench is clearing here as there are some words between Garcia and Martin Maldonado, as if Maldonado did not like the way that Garcia watched that home run or how much time he took, and that's just too bad. With the way things have gone here tonight, go ahead and enjoy every moment of that if you're Adolis Garcia.
Maldonado, you remember he had words with Marcus Semien when Semien had crossed the plate.
The big backswing. Happ got Contreras in the helmet. The mask knocked away. Contreras will head off. Let's see if the Cardinals will be allowed to stitch him up and get him back in the game. I would assume that would be the case. 3 balls and a strike. And another message sent.
The right way. They're going to talk it over. They'll issue warnings.
They're going to throw him out? Wow, they've just thrown Michaelis out of the game. You got to be kidding me. Have a little feel for baseball. Have a little feel for the game. So Miles Michaelis buzzes the tower with Happ. Hits him waist high. Gets thrown out of the game.
Well, he's going at it right now with the dugout of the Cubs.
They're waving him into the Cardinals dugout. And now things get even more dicey for the Cardinals.
Jose tries to go the other way down the left field line, and a diving catch made by Remillard.
I thought that ball
and
bounced.
all the way back to first. Double play ends the inning.
I thought that ball bounced, to be honest with you, out in left field. I'm not so sure he did make the catch.
Sandy is saying the same thing. Sandy is saying, go look at it.
Yes, because it looked to me it bounced, and that was if he caught
look
it,
at
it
his
was
wrist.
a great play.
His wrist got turned the other way too.
He was. Yeah,
Guardians
they're going to check it.
Well, what now? He might have to ask, what are we challenging?
I'd challenge it on that one right there on the catch.
We got to check. They made.
They're saying
plays.
he didn't challenge in time.
You kidding me?
Oh my goodness. He's going to call out.
Todd Tishner, he's going to get an earful
Tito's
from
not going to
Tito.
be here long. He said, I had my hands up the whole time.
Tishner threw him out and then immediately walks away.
Yeah, they're going to say they ran out of time.
Wow. He is hot, and I mean really steaming mad. But they don't get the challenge. The umpires blew him off.